I'm Richard Asprey. I'm a lifelong motorcycle rider and collector of motorcycles from all over the world. And with my friends, I ride them. This is my motorcycle journey. 1977 saw the 25th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's ascension to the UK throne. They called it the Silver Jubilee celebration, and a good time was had by all. In addition, legendary motorcycle manufacturer Triumph released a limited edition Silver Jubilee bike. It wasn't the prettiest motorcycle they ever made, but I was 16, and one of my biggest memories was the Queen's Silver Jubilee street parties in London. I had such a good time at the street party that I really wanted to have a Silver Jubilee in my stable. This Silver Jubilee sitting behind us, I bought in a crate, and we uncrated it at Big D Cycle and put it back together. I think most collectors would have kept it in the crate forever. We wanted to put it back in running condition. We haven't put any miles on it because I wanted to keep her as a virgin. The end pieces of the crate, when we took the box apart, actually had the VIN number of the bike stamped on it. So we took the end pieces of the crate, framed them, and they're sitting behind the motorcycle. The bike was actually perfectly preserved. It was all in greased plastic. It had silicone gel to absorb moisture. The only thing on the motorcycle that got a little bit of atmospheric damage over the years was the chrome on the exhaust pipes, because they sat in the crate outside of the plastic. Everything else was very well preserved. During the unboxing, everyone was particularly interested because Big D Cycles restore a lot of old Triumphs, and now the 77 is an old Triumph, and they're bringing some of those bikes back for their owners, and it's the first time in a lot of years that they've seen one come out of a crate exactly as it came from the factory. So there are certain things that the mechanics and the owner of Big D were looking at that time and taking pictures of to make sure that some of the things that they know to be original actually were original, because this is the first time they've seen a bike in 40 years come out of a crate. So it was good for them to see everything as original. This was a great reference. This was better than having any manual or book in the world. This was fresh out of the crate. This is how it's meant to be. The tires are actually incredibly preserved, and those red striped tires only came on this model of motorcycle only that year, so they've been in the dark ever since. They've got no ultraviolet rot. They're ready to take on the road. There's no problem with those tires whatsoever. The only thing we had to do was change the fluids and put oil in her, prep her as you would have prepped her back in the day at a dealership, ready for the road. This bike brings back a lot of memories about that week, particularly that day, because everything that week was leading up to the 25th anniversary of the Queen on the throne, and everyone was very excited and waving the Union Jack. The street was closed off. The church was being used for refreshments. We had a barrel of beer on the altar of the church. And it was a party that went on into the early hours of the morning. I was 16 years of age, and I had my first dance with a girl that night. This bike has done absolutely 0 miles, but it has been run. The engine has been run. Everything's been put back together professionally, ready to go on a long trip. The likelihood is that one day I will take this motorcycle and take her on a long trip. Thank you so much for letting me share my motorcycle journey with you. This was my 1977 Triumph Bonneville 750cc Jubilee Edition, one of 1,000. I'm Richard Asprey, thank you for watching. Okay, this may be sacrilege, but we're taking this 40-year-old Jubilee and we're cutting the tape now. Here we go. She's opening up now. Now we cross our fingers and hope for the best. See if there's anything damaged in there.
Oh my gosh! Already? Wow, so little, like so strong. She's always